Okay, well, moving now to West Africa, Nigeria, where the President Muhammadu Buhari has described the Indigenous People of Biafra clamoring for secession as a dot in the circle that has nowhere to go.
Now, the president said this in an interview, adding that IPOB is just a dot in a circle. Now, even if they want to exit, they will have no access to anywhere. Now, the president noted that the way Igbos are spread all over the country, having businesses and properties, I don't think IPOB knows what you're talking about.
Well, those are the president's own comments. Now, further comments reiterated by the president in a statement that IPOB members will be treated in the, quote, language they understand. And this clearly is a follow-up to that and really fueled lots of anxiety and a bit of angst amongst Nigerians and not just people from the East. And
at the time when that report came out, I mean, when it was put on social media, it was on Twitter prior to when Twitter was banned, and it got a lot of comments and a lot of people reported that tweet, and that was what brought about the tweet being brought down. And the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, had to come out and give his own statement on that. And a lot of Nigerians at that point, and even people in diaspora and beyond the African continent, saw that tweet and felt it was a way, it was a strong language to use for Nigerians if you're looking at the IPOB people. And at this point in time, that's not such a body language that should be given out from the presidency. Now,
his latest comments come after that, language you understand tweet, but this was given during the interview of head of the Nigeria's Democracy Day, June 12th. So basically, some have looked at it as perhaps adding fuel to the fire, or perhaps a bit of sad point for those who come from the eastern part. We're now being described for IPOB as a dot in the circle. We know IPOB have been prescribed as a terrorist group in Nigeria. So that already has been established on the federal level of violence, purported by some members, and also police moving into quell issues. We've also seen IPOB declare a state of sit at home just a couple of weeks ago in southern eastern Nigeria, which was somehow surprisingly enforced by
quite effective. I mean, some people have come out to confess that, I mean, the sit at home, remember it was May 30th it happened, and there was a lot of sit at home in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and Nigerians in that region actually obeyed, not because it was brought in by the government, but because of fear of the unknown. They were not sure if there were going to be clashes, if there were going to be attacks, and people sat at home with the fear of the unknown in their minds. But looking at IPOB and looking at the fact that they have been declared terrorists by the president of Nigeria, people are beginning to ask. And they've been, I mean, and they have been given asylum from other countries. I mean, some other countries actually came out and said, okay, you can come to our country and we'll see what we can do about that. But right now, Nigerians and people are asking, is this the right body language that the government should be giving its people at this sensitive time, quote unquote, with everything that's happening in the country?
All right, so there have also been talks about perhaps a conference, perhaps to hold, because there have been certain groups now clamoring for a conference. But it's not the first time in Nigeria that we've heard of sovereign national conferences, people coming together to come out, lay down their aggrievement and to say what is the trouble that they are facing. Because it looks like, with the president now mentioning IPOB, yes, he's condemning, all the attacks or reported attacks coming from IPOB, condemning any activities of negativity from them, but also describing them as a dot in the circle. Many might ask, perhaps it does validate their presence and existence within Nigeria.
I mean, there are certain dots that are that are more or less nothing, but this dot in particular is quite worrisome. And for the government to actually come out and address
a very visible dot.
Very visible, I mean, it might look quite infinitesimal, as it were, but it's quite worrisome at this point.
All right, so we have political analyst returning to breakfast this morning with us, Dr. Nnemeka Obiarere. Dr. Nnemeka, good morning to you. Welcome back to Breakfast Central.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Dr. Nnemeka, the president's statement is one that raises eyebrows. What exactly are your reactions?
It's a very straightforward thing. The president is not one that is pretentious. The president is a straight shooter. He's not one that is diplomatic in the use of language. He says it the way he feels it, without minding whose ox is God. What the president, Mr. President, said is not new. It's something that he has put into action since 2015, May 29, 2015. He stated it clearly that he is for the 97% and the 5% is against. And unfortunately, IPOB belongs to the 5%. And interestingly, IPOB is not an entity that controls any geographical location in the southeast or in Alibo. IPOB is just like any other agitation organization like the Omo Oduduwa group and all the rest of them. And what he said was very unfortunate. Remember, IPOB does not control any geographical location in the southeast. IPOB is not in charge of any government in the southeast. So saying that IPOB is a dot is an cool way of saying that Ndibo are a dot in the landscape of Nigeria, but it's very unfortunate. Anyway, it's a compliment if you look at it in the right sense of it, because the dot is actually what connects everything. Without the dot, nothing exists.
This is not the first time the president is coming out to make comments about IPOB. Back in September 2017, the group was declared a terrorist organization. And what do you think, the reasons are for the president's, latest comments? Don't forget his comments were what led, and tweets were what led to the Twitter ban in Nigeria in the first place, where he clearly used the language, used the term language they understand, which didn't really go well with many Nigerians, not least people from the East.
To be very honest, like I said earlier on, he's an unpretentious person. In fact, I actually like his kind of person. He's the kind of person that you know where he stands on matters at any point in time. He's not like the typical politician that will be biting you and still be smiling with you. He has stated his mind. He has always shown a disdain and a dislike for the particular group of people in Nigeria. I don't know if you recall, if you search through the net, you will hear there was a 4-minute video clip of by Fane Kayode, where he narrated his encounter with Mr. President and what he told him concerning the Igbos. He has been bearing a grudge since 1960s, a grudge that is over 50 years old, and he's still the president. But unfortunately, he has not yet realized that.
Are these grudges really validated? Can they really be attributed to President Buhari as grudges? Is it a grudge against? Many might say, well, perhaps not. Perhaps he's just being the president for everyone, speaking for every Nigerian about agitations going down in the southeast.
The truth of the matter is he's speaking his mind. He's not speaking for every Nigerian. If you look at the mind, if you do a referendum today, 90% of Nigerians want total restructuring. And what is the agitation of IPOB? IPOB is saying they want a country that is run under a fair, just, and egalitarian environment. And it's just agitation. In fact, let me tell you, every Nigerian in the real sense of it desire a change from the status quo. We have said this thing clearly. If you do a referendum today, from the northwest to the northeast, to the north central, to the southwest, southeast, south, 90% of Nigerians want us to go back to the 1960 constitutional framework, where we had resource control, autonomy of religions, regional police, resource and fiscal federalism. At a time where we had civil servant politicians being part-time, they retain their main job and then goes to politics as a part-time. It was not a means of livelihood like what we have today. So the agitation, if the president must come down from his high and engage some of this, what you see simmering, drawing Nigeria up, are people agitating for a fair, justiciable and egalitarian society. The leader of IPOB, Muhammadu Buhari, have said it. He even told the Igbo leaders when they met with him in 2017. If Nigeria, if there is justice in place, if we go back to what we used to be, what was agreed to by our forefathers before the military guys came in and scattered everything, everybody will be at peace. And I say it, there can be no sustainable peace without justice, without fairness, without equity, without equality. A situation where somebody shared something the other day, innocent protester, you surf through the internet, you will see military men and police hugging and doing selfies with bandits bearing AK-47. But you will see the same military men and police hitting and killing innocent protesters. We saw it in NSAS. We saw it in June 12.
Right, Dr. Nemeka, at this point in time, people are coming out and they're asking a lot of questions. Now, you made mention of him coming down, the president coming down from his high horse and engaging the people. Do you think that paying attention to his choice of words is what we need to focus on, rather than getting into action and giving Nigeria a lasting solution that will take us out of the mayhem that we found ourselves in?
The president's choice of words is actually amplified by his actions. we've seen it. It's clearly a president that provides amnesty, rehabilitation for killer terrorists, for bandits, for murderers, for kidnappers. They will collect the money, they will go back and kidnap more, and then he will be appealing to them. And the same president that sends his army and police to kill unarmed protesters. You saw what happened in Ojota, June 12th, innocent protest, govern well, and they send the army, brutalizing, destroying innocent citizens bearing flag. It is so unfortunate.
Well,
honestly speaking, Nigeria is a country that has so much potentials. If only our leaders will understand this simple fact, they are employees. They are there by the grace and the mercy and of the people. They were not there. They did not get to that place through the bile of the God. So an employee should listen to the voice of the employers. Nigerians are saying, help us to build a just, fair, and equitable society. And they are not doing it. It's so unfortunate.
Dr. Nemeka, before we let you go, some have described the actions and perhaps latest words from the president as one that could cause, unrest in certain parts of the nation. And we know right now that insecurity is the bane of the everyday existence of Nigerians from the south, northwest, even to the southeast. So how does this really help our security challenges in the country going forward? Does his comments really help?
To be very honest, the security men, our security agents are overwhelmed. Remember the last time I was here in your studio, I said something about your program. I said something about us going back to the 1960 constitutional framework. Let me explain. In 1964, the old Eastern Nigerian Regional Police was so strong and more effective than the National Police that they were even deployed to go to Congo Brazzaville to go and help to maintain peace in that region. Before 1970, we never had anything like armed robbery. Go and check the history of Nigeria. The incidents of armed robbery, banditry, killing started in the 1970s to the 80s to the 90s. Before 1970, there was no single case of armed robbery anywhere in Nigeria. Go and check your history. Because we had regional police, community policing, regional policing. Those who live in a society can actually protect themselves more than those. Somebody from Zamfara State, you post him to Yenegoa to go and protect the Greeks. He does not know anybody in that place.
All right, so you're not advocating for state. You're not advocating for state policing now. You're advocating for some like of regional communities.
Policing.
But we are seeing something like that with the Amotek, if I'm not mistaken, initiative in the southwest.
Let me tell you, let us stop fooling ourselves. To be honest with you, Amotek with pump action, with double barrel gun, facing a Fulani militia with AK-47, rocket propelled grenade, and whatever you have. If we want to say, if we set up a state police approved by law, if we devolve power and responsibility to the units, just like we have in 1960, and the states are allowed to equip their state police force with the kind of weaponry that the bandits have, in 1 month we will flush them out.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Pump action or double barrel gun. You be chasing a man with